All right, guys. So let's talk about the UFC 296 prelim card or the prelim. It's this card is pretty stacked. Even the prelims, we got some interesting fights here. Let's start with the featured bout: Josh Emmett versus Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell's a late replacement. Who was Emmett supposed to fight? Was it Giga?
Yeah.
Yeah, Giga Chikazi.
Yeah. I can't click on it, but yeah, I think this is gonna be a super fun fight. I do have Josh Emmett. I just don't think Bryce Mitchell is really going to be able to impose his wrestling will on Josh Emmett like he does on other fighters. I think Emmett's too good of a defensive wrestler, and Emmett definitely still has power in his hands. So I'm going to go with Josh Emmett on this one.
I'm just a fan of Bryce Mitchell, so I'm picking Bryce Mitchell. And I think his wrestling is very elite. And I feel like, you know, people besides Volk, Taporia, and maybe Max, maybe Arnold can stuff a takedown. So like besides those guys, I feel like he can take anyone down in this division, to be honest.
Okay.
I feel like he'll get it to the ground, and once he's down there, he usually does his thing.
What do you think like Bryce Mitchell's peak is in the featherweight division?
I think he could be champ if his striking gets better. That's
Yeah,
really
How old is he though? In his 30s?
it.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm not sure to be honest. But
Alright.
that I feel like that's a bit of a hot take. I'm not shitting on it, but I feel like that's kind of a hot take.
Can we click the rankings real quick?
I think he's just good. He almost knocked out Barboza.
Uh,
Who are you taking? Bryce Mitchell or Arnold Allen Clark?
I would take Arnold. I'm not saying he'd win, but I think he could
I
beat the.
don't see I don't see him beating anybody in the top five outside of maybe Yair if he can just keep him on the fucking ground. But like that's a big if even. Like
Yeah.
big if. Like
Featherweight's pretty nasty.
I could see him kind of wrestle fucking Yair a little bit, maybe. Um Outside of that, I think that it's probably bad for him in that top five.
Yeah. What do you think about this fight, though, X?
Uh I could see Josh Emmett jabbing Bryce Mitchell to death a little bit. Um, Stiff jabs type shit, just kind of keeping him on the outside, keeping him from, implementing the wrestling enough to maybe win a round or two. But I think that uh and granted, like Emmett's gone like 5 rounds and shit, right? So it's like I'm not expecting him to have like a bad cardio dump off, but I do think that like the longer the fight goes, when he's not as fresh type shit, if he gets a little bit like tired, it can like let Bryce Mitchell get the fight into more grappling transitions and shit. And I do think that if the fight hits the ground for an extended period, I could see Bryce maybe subbing him type shit. But I guess my official prediction, I will go Bryce Mitchell by decision or like narrow decision or like third round sub.
Okay. All right, let's move on to this women's bantamweight fight. Aldana versus Rosa. Aldana's coming back after that abysmal title challenge against Nunez.
Can you blame her? Like, can you really blame her and shit? Like, it's Nuna.
Yeah. I guess I got Aldana winning. She does have like pretty good power for this weight division. She's finished a couple of girls. I mean that's honestly all I really have to say.
Yeah, I mean, I think Aldana wins as well. I feel like this will be on the feet the entire time, but I just feel like Rosa is a little too slow for Aldana, and Aldana's a little more dynamic in her kicks and her. She trains with like Diego Lopez, who else? Grasso. So she has a good team behind her as well. So I like her to win this fight. I think pretty easily, to be honest.
Yeah, I probably I don't know about easily, but I do expect like after all she's seen in her career, I don't think that Cara Rosa is gonna be the one that's gonna like give her problems. I just don't think that her game is dynamic enough. And she doesn't hit as hard as like a Amanda Nunes type shit to really like fuck Aldana up. I feel like if you felt that Nunes power, it's probably hard for like a lot of these other girls to scare you. You know what I'm saying?
True. All right. Oh, that Aldana. All right.
Fuck, man.
Possibly the greatest fighter of all time, Cody Garbrandt, has returned to fight Brian Kelleher. I think this is definitely like a setup fight by the UFC. Like, all right, Cody, go out there, get a knockout. We want your name to be relevant again. I definitely got Cody. I think he's gonna knock him out, man.
I sure fucking hope so.
Yeah, I hope so.
Right? I don't know if he knocks him out after the Trevin Jones performance. I don't
Oh
know
my god.
there, but I think he'll get the win against Keller, who is an aging fighter. I think he's 40 now, something around there. I don't know, but the UFC are clearly giving Cody a good matchup, and I think he will win this fight and should. Not the most confident anymore, but I think him being a little younger, a little faster. I think he wins by decision.
Okay.
I just think because first of all, let me just say Garbrandt, my boy, it's been very sad these last couple of years to see like what became of him. Damn near because of EPO Dillashaw, so fuck him.
That's
And
true.
fuck Dwayne Ludwig for sure. But you know, um I will say that like Brian Kelleher, he's slick. He has slick striking, but like not that much power. And so I think that if Cody were to get clipped by Brian Kelleher, like it's done for his
Oh,
ass.
it's done. Yeah, yeah.
This is very much like a litmus test, I would say, in terms of like, is that chin just gone beyond repair, or can he, still beat some people in this league? Um, I fully expect Garbrandt to like dominate this fight. Like any version of the prime Garbrandt that maybe left, like would dominate this fight. So I just need to see that. Not no disrespect to Brian Kelleher, hell of a fighter. He's just pretty small, like kind of a bad matchup, aging like you said. And Cody for like all the miles on his chin, he's not that old. So, yeah, I'm gonna say second round KO by Garbrandt.
Hey man, if Cody loses this fight, we're gonna see him in bare knuckle in a couple months. So prayers
God.
out to Cody. Let's get this dub. Let's get back on the horse.
Yes,
Fight
sir.
against Mike Perry, man. He's
Oh my
white.
God. Mike Perry would
Mike
do
Perry
terrible.
way too big. He's way
He
too
would
big.
do terrible things to Cody, bro.
I don't want
It's the king, dude.
Mike Perry different over there in the bare knuckle shit.
He's
He
the bare
knocked
knuckles
out
dude.
Alvarez, right?
Yeah, stopped him in the corner.
Corner stoppage type shit. It did knock him out, but
Yeah, okay.
hey, but Eddie Alvarez was getting his as well. Like, let's not like
It's
let's not
bare
disrespect.
knuckle, man.
Perry's just built for bare knuckle, bro. Like that's his thing.
Everyone's gonna get theirs in bare knuckle.
I think Connor could do really well there, honestly.
Oh no, dude.
What do you mean?
No, he would. He would. I'm just saying that'd be so sad to see Connor in bare knuckle.
Yeah. Did you guys see like him facing off with like Piotr Jan and shit?
That was so random, dude.
That was random, man.
Another fucking Conor McGregor side quest, bro.
Yeah, like why? He's so much smaller than him. Like
You can't tell me, bro. I can't tell you that I would favor Conor in that fight, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. Hey
sure.
man, we might have to take that out the fucking video. Like edit that out, Ed. But fuck.
Against Peter Yan? The Connor would beat Peter Yan.
I mean, he should.
Small, too small. Connor these days like almost a welterweight. Like
Yeah, Connor's like jacked now.
There's gonna be a power difference.
That's facts. That's facts. And plus, like, if O'Malley can like damn near knock him out, Connor definitely can. So
yeah,
I was just fucking around, but like on a real tip, that was random as hell.
Yeah, it was so bizarre.
Yeah.
Kind of just be doing weird shit, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Any other fights you guys want to talk about in the prelims or early prelims? Do you guys want to talk about the Casey O'Neill fight?
I feel like I haven't. Wait, what was Lipski's last fight? I just
She
touch.
went on a roll. I think she won like 3 straight.
3 straight, you say?
Yeah,
2 straight.
about 2 straight, but I think Gato had like 1 loss going into that fight. I want to say.
Who do you guys have in this fight? Just quickly.
Yeah, honest, I'm picking Lipski. And the reason is I watched Casey O'Neill not go for 1 takedown against Jennifer Maia.
I do remember that.
Piece her up the whole fight. It was just bad fight IQ, and I feel like Lipski has fought 2 wrestlers in a row who couldn't take her down, and the striking has improved. I would say she's more patient when going into the pocket, and I just feel like she's gonna have the striking advantage on O'Neill. So as long as she stuffs the takedowns, she should win the fight, to be honest. But it depends on if O'Neill goes for takedowns. Like that was the issue in the last fight. She just didn't do that and just got pieced up on the feet.
I agree that like Casey O'Neill's last fight is mainly why I'm struggling to pick this fight, just because like I don't know where her like head is at, where her IQ is at, type shit. I feel like with the right game plan, I would probably favor Casey O'Neill here, but because like I just don't know, like I don't want to say off one bad performance, I'm going to put her in that like inconsistent category where it's like you don't know what a fighter's gonna do. But like if she has another like 1 or 2 more of those, like she would definitely go hard in that category of like a fighter with bad IQ to me. So it's like this is like a big litmus test for her. But I would still probably favor O'Neill by decision. But I mean, if she doesn't like, grapple, then I could see Lipski winning this fight.
For sure. Let's go down to the early prelims. And even the early prelims are pretty nice. Why don't you guys pick a fight or two that you guys want to highlight here?
I don't know Lucas Almeida like that, but my boy Andre Touchy Feely, like getting back in there. I always fuck with Andre Feely fights.
He has one of the best nicknames in the UFC.
Touchy Feely, like that shit goated. But I just feel like I like him. I like his style. I feel like he's rarely in a boring fight. Feely. He's got that dog in him, but sometimes people have more dog than him. It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. This guy's 1-1, I guess, in the UFC.
Yeah, I like this fight a lot. Does Feely usually go for takedowns or
No.
okay?
I feel like he can defensive grapple and like sometimes come out on top in scrambles, but usually the grappling is going to be initiated by the opponent. Like he's way more of like a fight behind the jab kind of guy.
Okay, so this will be a more exciting fight. I'll say this: Lucas Almeida in that first fight against Michael, I think his name Triziano or whatever. That was just a crazy fight where Almeida got dropped early, comes back, drops the man 2 times to get the finish. Very creative on the feet, powerful head kick, the whole 9 yards. 10 yards, whatever saying is. But I do feel like Feely should win just because I think his experience in the UFC, Almeida's a little new. So I feel like and Feely, even though he's lost the last few, I feel like he has been fighting well.
Yeah.
I feel like as long as he just doesn't make that critical mistake in the fight, then he can win. But he is a little chinny, I will say.
He has one of those comeback chin. Like he gets knocked down a lot or like clipped.
Yeah,
He has a decent like recovery time, I would say.
it is decent. But I
And
like this fight.
I will say like he doesn't give up on himself. A lot of fighters, you see them like when things aren't going their way, they kind of give up on themselves. I don't like I see Feely beat like in the 3rd round, down 2 rounds, trying still type shit. So
He's got heart, man. He's been through a lot.
But
Exactly.
I'm picking Feely. He should probably wrestle. That's how Almeida lost his second fight against Sabatini recently. He just kind of out wrestled him and subbed him. So if I were Feely, I would mix it in. But if not, like it's gonna be a war, and I think Feely comes out on top.
For sure. All right, boys.
I don't know about Almeida enough to like confidently like understand his game. I'll definitely. I'm just gonna back Andre Fili, like more of an emotional pick, but
He is the favorite.
okay.
Yeah,
So they're probably just trying to give him like a rebound fight.
maybe.
More,
Almeida,
Like a feature fight.
watch his fight against Triziano. It was some good work.
okay.
At least on the feet, but
Jacoby's fighting.
that's an interesting. Let's highlight that one. I'll do that one. Quick.
Bet.
I actually like this fight. Jacoby coming off a nice KO win against my boy. It was tough. Kennedy and Jukani. I think that's how you say it.
That was so shameful. I'm not
Or
gonna lie.
Andrew. Is it Andrew Kani or and I don't know.
When you say it, I know who you're talking about.
Okay,
I
yeah,
think the
yeah,
fans will too.
yeah. Yeah, that was tough. But Jacoby did put in a nice performance there, got the knockout in that fight. And Alonzo Menafield beat Jimmy Crute for the second time. Or they drew the first time, but he really won. And then he had to come back and win again. Both of them in the rankings, I believe now. So this will be a more of a test for Menafield, I would say, because he's the up and coming fighter and the one on kind of streaking right now. And I am curious how Menafield will use his wrestling in this fight. I can see it being a striking fight throughout. If that's the case, I think Jacoby has a slight edge. But the power is definitely on Menafield's side and the wrestling, I would say. And I think he mixes that in. I'm actually says he's a plus 200. I'm taking Menafield in that fight.
I think this fight's definitely going to end in a finish. Both these guys are so powerful. Yeah, it's going to be a great fight, I think.
The problem with Mendenfield sometimes is like when you carry that much like muscle, like he tends to gas if things are not going his way.
Mhm.
And I do see like if he gasses like past like a round and a half type shit, I can see Jacoby starting to take over type shit. On his old man veteran shit, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But I mean, like at the price tag, I definitely don't trust Dustin Jacoby enough to like take him at minus 245 unless it's like in a parlay.
200%.
But I also think that whichever way this goes, like someone's gonna get finished.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This card is going to be absolutely stacked. Hope you enjoyed this the prelim part of the episode. Thank you guys so much for the support recently. Check out the TikTok, and we love y'all. Peace.
Peace.
Oh.